I had a panic attack in the water.
3, 2, 1.
He did it!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here to take you through my second ever triathlon. Thanks for tuning back in. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you head over to the channel and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I'm putting out. I recently did the Guelph Lake Sprint Triathlon, which was a blast. I had a great time, and I want to recap that experience for you. Had some struggles on the swim, felt really good on the bike, crushed the run. Super excited about it overall, big learning experience. And I look forward to doing more triathlons in the future. So like most races, we start race day off very similar. I'll take you through that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is race day. I am doing a sprint triathlon. Super stoked. I'm going to take you along for the day. The first thing on the docket is getting in some pre-race fuel. Excited, ready to go. A little bit nervous. Don't know about that swim, but we're going to go for it. All right, so if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know my go-to breakfast is a bagel with peanut butter, a little bit of honey, banana. So good. Got my coffee. Had to put it in the TTL mug because today is a triathlon day. In terms of fueling, not going to be as crazy as I would fuel for a long marathon event. Today's probably, we'll see, hopefully under an hour and a half is the goal. So not super long in terms of intensity. Not going to fuel a crazy amount, but it's always important to make sure you're fueled up. The one thing that I noticed is this nasty watch tan. I don't spend much time without my watch on, so seeing this today is pretty crazy. But I guess that's a sign that I'm getting after it in the sun and the nice weather. But yeah, we're gonna eat this fuel and then we're going to get on with race morning. Let's go. All right. The red rocket is ready to fly. Let's go. We are on the way to the Guelph Lake Conservation Area. That is where the race is today. A little bit of some details about the race. So this is a sprint triathlon. It is a 750 meter swim, a 19K bike, and a 5K run. I have done one sprint triathlon before in 2021, and I did it in an hour and a half. I didn't really know how to swim. I hadn't really rode my bike much, and I was doing okay at running at the time. Flash forward to now, can swim slightly better, can ride slightly better, and can definitely run a lot better. So I'm hoping to beat my time of an hour and 30. More importantly, I'm hoping to beat my swim time. So last time I did a 750 meter swim at the triathlon, I did it in 30 minutes, which is, from my understanding, pretty slow. I think like super fast people do it in like 13 minutes. So my goal is to do the swim in around 20 minutes, is what I'm hoping for. That would be like a win for me. I'm not too sure what to expect on the bike, probably somewhere around 40 minutes. And then on the run, I'm going to try to really send it because it's the only thing that I feel very, very confident in. I'm going to try to go under 20. I think that's doable. A big lofty goal off the bike, which I've never run this 5K time before, but we're gonna see if I can do something like an 18:43, 45, something like that, which is pretty crazy. But I'm feeling like I'll be so frustrated with the swim and the bike that I'll just want to like send it on the run. I'm excited about it. I'm nervous about it. I was telling Kendra, I feel a little bit more nervous about doing this than I was before my marathon, probably because of the swim. But it's good to put yourself in these situations. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a beautiful day. The red rocket's gonna be rocketing, and yeah, see you guys on the other side. After we got to the race. Got there, got the bike out. The event was like super well set up, super easy to get to. The registration was easy. The bike drop off and transition was easy. Setting up my transition stuff was easy. I was very, very pleased with that. I haven't experienced too many triathlons, but it was super well organized from what I experienced. The venue was awesome. It was at a conservation area in Guelph. The open water was a great little lake there. The swim was put into, different waves based off of like whether you were an elite or your category. I was going off in wave 2 of the day, which, got geared up to do that. Definitely nervous because, swimming is not something that I do often, and I haven't really trained much open water swimming, if any at all. I was much more equipped for this race from a swimming standpoint than I ever have been in the past. But I learned very quickly that there's a lot to swimming. And so the horn, whatever you want to call it, went off. This was a mass start. So there was probably, I don't know, it seemed like it was a ton of people. Maybe it was like 20 to 30 people in my wave. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was a ton of people. And my coach told me what not to do. He said, don't rush in with everyone, get your heart rate all jacked up, and then be hanging off a kayak trying to calm yourself down. That's exactly what I did. I had a panic attack in the water. It was a unique experience for me, a humbling experience, something that I'm sure has happened to many people, but I didn't rush into the water right away. I let people go ahead of me, and then I ran in and jumped in. And I will say, like, starting a mass start is a little bit uncomfortable. There's a ton of people around you. There's legs flailing, arms flailing, water's flailing. It was a bit chaotic, which I knew but never experienced. And so I think, like, the running into the water, the excitement of the race, the chaos of people around me, it just, like, jacked my heart rate really high up. And then I got a little bit, claustrophobic being around a ton of people, so I tried to speed up, which was a mistake, to get away from people, which then shot my heart rate up further. And then that was immediately what started like this panic response. And the unique part about this experience for me was that, like, I knew I was having like this panic attack. I knew why I was having this panic attack. I wasn't panicking about the fact that I was having a panic attack, but I couldn't control it. Like, the physiological response from my body, I could not control it. Every time I put my face in the water, my heart rate shot through my throat. I started to like gasp for air. I would turn to breathe, and I would just like suck in water. It wouldn't be enough like air to recover before I put my head back in the water. And then they just started this like pure panic mode in my body. So luckily there was a young fella in a kayak nearby. I got over to him, hung on the kayak for a little bit. In this race, you could do that. So I was hanging out there, like, trying to calm myself down, trying to let my heart rate come back down. And I figured, like, okay, I'll let this come down and I'll be good. Hung out there for, probably a couple minutes. Didn't seem super long. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to try again. And the second I tried to go swim again, I immediately had another, like, panic response. The second I put my face in the water, heart rate jacked up, body goes into panic mode, start gasping for air. My arms felt weak, like I couldn't really use them. And I ended up going back to my guy on the kayak, being like, hey bro, I need you. At this point in my head, to be honest with you, I'm thinking like, I'm going to have to quit this race. I'm 50 meters from shore. I think I'm going to have to quit. Like, I'm not going to be able to make it through this. And it was kind of like after the fact, I was laughing about it because it's like pretty crazy that I'm very capable from a fitness standpoint to do all of that stuff. And I knew the bike and the run would be something that I could excel at. And here I was having to like consider quitting. And I asked the kid on the kayak, he goes, so like what happens if I can't continue here? And he goes, well, I'll wave my paddle in the air and someone will come over in a boat and they'll take you back to shore. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no chance someone's taking me back to shore by boat. there's no chance. And so I rested a little longer, and I noticed my heart rate was coming down. And then so I decided, okay, I'm going to try again. And this time, instead of going right into the front crawl, I started to do like some breaststroke, which was actually a much better way to like start it off, because it just allowed me to get some momentum. And then after that, I was able to carry on. I got into a rhythm. I was able to get into like my normal front crawl and continued on the race. All in all, it was like a very humbling experience for me. And I think like the reason I put myself in these situations and challenge myself and, you know, try to make myself uncomfortable is to experience these things and learn how to handle it. So being able to, you know, manage that panic attack, overcome that, not quit when it was pretty easy for me to be like, hey, yeah, just take me back. To be able to experience that and learn how to manage my emotions and manage myself in those situations, and know that like even if something isn't going my way, I can still keep my cool enough to be able to, you know, gather myself and finish it. That was like a really good experience. So it humbled me for sure. So I think all around it was a really great experience for me, although in the moment I wanted it to end as fast as I could. And I just remember coming out of the water and Kendra cheering me on like she always does, and I just gave her this look. She's like, good swim, babe. And I just gave her this look like, yeah, right. If you only knew what just happened to me. And I'm sure she was kind of concerned why it was taking me so long, but I ended up finishing the swim in 26 minutes and 40 seconds. And then running into transition, the other thing that I didn't practice too much, if at all, was transitioning, but I was kind of happy with how my transitions were. The one thing that I didn't expect was being kind of like dizzy and whatnot, like when you get out of the water. Kind of felt like I was a little wobbly, so like transitioning and putting stuff on was a little bit challenging, but I try to just remain calm, be patient, don't forget anything, make sure I put my helmet on, make sure I get my gels, all that kind of stuff. So I try to stay calm and relaxed, and just knowing that I was going to get to the bike where I feel like I have some advantage in that, even though I don't cycle a ton. I'm a stronger guy. I feel like I can kind of push some power on the bike. So I got onto the bike, and honestly, this was probably the most fun part of the whole race. I'm still not totally sold on cycling. It's something that I'm like doing more. Kendra loves it, so I'm doing it more. And I know it's something that I can get good at. But I actually had a ton of fun on this course. It was rolling hills, so there's some decent climbs and some nice fun downs. And I tried to really send it hard on that, obviously knowing that like the swim did not go well for me, and that if there was anywhere that I could make up some time, it was going to be on the bike and the run. And so I pushed that really hard, you know, had a blast. I'm finishing the bike in 38:40, which I was super happy with. Again, I'm not really sure like what are good times when it comes to these things, but I was thinking I was going to do it in 40 minutes. So being able to get 38:40 is great. Unclipped, transition, went into transition. I can totally see why people have the like quick tie laces for triathlon. Trying to tie my shoes was a nightmare, but eventually got the shoes on, got the hat on, got the gel, quickly ran out of transition. And at this part, I'm like, okay, I'm at home. I know I talked about earlier in this video that I had this lofty goal of running like an 18:34 off the bike. That didn't happen, but I do think that's something that I can get to. I feel very confident in my running abilities, and I'm only going to get better at the run, but I ended up finishing the run in like right on 20 minutes. So super happy with that, you know, pushed hard all the way through the end. And that was kind of my motto after like the swim was a bit of a struggle. I'm like, I just want to finish this strong, finish this hard, push my body, get the most that I can out of myself on the bike and the run, and see where we fall. Came across the finish line. I can't remember my final time. It was, I think, slightly faster than my previous triathlon. So super happy. Took away a lot from that swim experience. And I think it, you know, just to reiterate it, I think it's the biggest thing is like put yourself in uncomfortable situations and opportunities to face adversity so that you can learn how to respond to those. So I now know how to respond to those certain situations. It's something that I know I need to practice. It's like anything. Like if you don't train it, you don't prepare for it, you're not going to feel confident in it, and you're probably not going to get the best outcome. And that was the case for me. I knew that going in. I wasn't expecting to go out there and be the fastest swimmer. I did not expect to have a panic attack, but hey, that happened. Super appreciate the support from Kendra on the day. She's always there to root me on. She's got a couple of big triathlon races coming up here, so I am going to turn to support her, which I'm super excited about. I have a lot of fun doing that, and the fact that I don't have to get in the water and swim is probably a good thing. And I appreciate you guys tuning in for the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the videos. Follow me on Instagram, post stuff there, dlano.93. Follow me on Strava. I'm trying to become a Strava star. I love Strava. It's been fun. I love what they're doing with the app, so follow me there. Post all my training there, all my thoughts, experiences, that kind of stuff with endurance sports. I'd love to have you there. But that's all I got for today, guys. Make sure you're getting out there. Make sure you're getting after it. And as always, dig deep. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.